Hello and welcome to this new episode of Open Book Entrepreneur. Today we have Jessica here with us, and she's an entrepreneur and building this startup for 7 years already. And Jessica, please introduce yourself to our audience.
Okay, thanks so much for having me, Tony. My name's Jessica. I'm the president of New Source. We are a micro wholesale company that empowers resellers and thrift stores by supplying them with great brand inventory that we partner with brands like Lululemon and Rent the Runway, Tucker Nuck. And I've been in the resale space pretty much my entire career. I didn't take the traditional path, so I don't have an MBA. There was never a strategic business plan, and I kind of just fell into this right before COVID and have been navigating it primarily kind of through a grassroots way. And our recent investor just joined us recently, so I'm learning a lot from him about how to just kind of take it to the next level and scale.
Excellent. Yeah. And how did you actually end up in this line of business?
I got my master's in nonprofit management, and my first job out of grad school, I was helping women transition back into the workforce. We were collecting clothing donations. Whatever donations we couldn't use for our mission, we opened up a boutique that funded the mission. So we would sell secondhand clothing to help fund the organization. So that's kind of how I first learned about it. And then from there, I worked for every consignment shop pretty much in a 20-mile radius and just learned a lot about secondhand clothing.
Yeah. And then how did you decide to actually start your own business?
So it was 2 weeks before COVID, and it was kind of just a passion project. I was curating inventory in mystery boxes for resellers all around the country. And when the world shut down, end of February, early March, I had already kind of developed this following on my Instagram account, and we did $4 million in revenue in the first 9 months just through my personal Instagram. And then my friends and I were kind of just like, oh, wow, maybe we have something here. And we just grew it from the ground up.
And what do you think was the most influential thing in your business that helped you build it up so quickly?
I had the demand and the supply. So I think normally what happens is you'll have like half of the pie. When I started, all of my contacts were businesses that I had previously worked for. So I was sourcing inventory from my old jobs, and then I was selling it to people in the resale space on Instagram that had already been following me for a while. So I was able to kind of just like a matching program, put both of those things together.
Yeah, that's great. This is very important to actually have this kind of bridge and being
Mhm.
able to connect supply and demand, as you said, in such a good way. Excellent. And can you tell us what excites you about your business?
Just the momentum. I don't feel that we have ever satiated the demand. So just the opportunity to me seems and feels so big. Like my team and I were completely delusional. We feel strongly that this can be a $50 million business because we're so primely positioned in the right place. So it's really just us staying focused and being really in touch with what we need to continue to scale so that we don't get stuck in one spot. But the industry is just growing so fast, and we're smack in the middle of it.
Exactly. And what are some of the challenges that you're facing right now in your business?
For me, I think it's myself, like learning how to not be in my own way and get out of the way, like learn how to replace myself. If I don't become replaceable, then the business will only ever be as good as I am, which isn't necessarily a good thing. So like focusing on, hiring people that are smarter than you and just really getting out of your own way has been something I've definitely had to learn over the last 7 years.
And how are you applying that now?
Well, I am hiring people that, have more focused skill sets than I do. And we're really focused on everyone being an expert at what they do rather than like a jack of all trades and a master of none. And our recent investor comes to us with a lot of corporate experience that my team and I are just learning from every day.
Yeah. So what kind of advice you can share with other entrepreneurs watching us? Because a lot of entrepreneurs, when I'm talking to them, they're saying they face this same problem, like, they're sort of afraid to delegate certain things because maybe it's not going to be done as they like it, or as they can do it. And so what kind of advice you can share with them?
I think being very in touch with what your strengths and weaknesses are and putting yourself in a role within the company of your genius, like figuring out what your superpowers are and setting yourself up every single day so that you only do that thing that is the most exponential to the business. Because if you are doing anything that is, on your list of weaknesses, like that's something that you should be outsourcing or hiring out so that you can focus on being as exponential as you can be.
Exactly. And what's your goal for your business for next 12 months?
We would like to continue to just bring in great brand contracts, partner with as many brands as we can, and scale the business quickly.
Great. And if someone wants to actually get in touch with you or learn more about what you do, how they can do that?
Yeah, my Instagram is the Fashion Disruptor. My company is the New Source, and we're on LinkedIn and all social media.
Great. Yes. So anyone watching us, you can actually check out these links in the description of this episode. And if you have any questions for Jessica or me, you can ask them in the comments. And on top of that, Jessica, just before we go, if there is any question maybe that I didn't ask you, anything you would like to share with our audience, any thoughts, any advice, any suggestion?
Yeah. I've always invested in having a business coach, and I talk about that a lot on podcasts that I definitely wouldn't be able to be where I am without. I've always had a leadership coach or an executive coach that I've worked with. So I like to always bring that up that that's something worth investing in.
Wow, wonderful. Yeah. I mean, thank you very much for sharing that. And thank you for sharing your story and your knowledge and tips. And yeah, thank you all for watching and listening to this episode. If you liked it, drop us a like, subscribe, and see you all in the next episode. All the best and bye bye. Jessica,
Thank
thanks.
you.